February 23rd, in the great little place of Delray Beach in Florida, from you know who. This is your father, your father-in-law, or your grandfather, depending on who's listening. We'll start off by talking about our hope. First, I want to say hello to Jimmy and Barbara and Kim and Brooke, and wish that you're all well, hope you're well, and that you're thawing out finally from that snow and ice that everybody's been having up north. We start with the health situation. We both feel great. We're trimming down, we're losing some weight, and we're getting some exercise in, and we feel just great. This couple of weeks down here has been real good for us. Of course, the weather has been gorgeous. It's been up in the low 80s now for the last 10 days. Today's a little bit chilly. It's down around 74. Sunshine. I got to keep putting my suntan lotion on so I don't get burnt up all the time. So really enjoying our stay down here this time. And we're keeping busy. I'm walking about 1.5 miles, 2 miles every day. Ma is out walking with me. We've been visiting friends and acquaintances that are scattered all over Florida. And we're playing games and cards and all the stuff that Ma brought along with her, including her Romeo. We're getting the people down here addicted to that stupid Israeli game. But they too will get over it. I hope your mother will someday. And the other thing is my work has been very casual, and I certainly wouldn't complain about being overworked. I was down in Miami yesterday for a 3-hour session. I told them to talk fast, and I'd be back, and neither one is available until March 5th, so I'll have a few days off. And that's the only case I'm working on right now, except for one in New York that I'll pick up in April when I return. And we've been doing a lot of reading of newspapers, and Mara's reading books. At least I've been reading the newspapers. I still get my New York Times almost every day if I can afford it. And we've been doing some planning on what we're going to do in the garden when we get home, and the painting and the fixing. All the rooms are going to have to be done over with the wallpaper and sanitas and whatever. So we're hoping that we'll be in good shape to get a lot of that accomplished once we get there. The next item we want to talk about is we're expecting some company. Tom is coming down on March 4th, and he has 10 days off from school, so we're glad to see him. He may stay with us, or he may roam around Florida visiting some of his friends. He expects to have 1 or 2 friends come down with him. And we're also expecting Kathy and Gunther to arrive on March 6th for the big celebration. That is the celebration of Ma's birthday. So we're going to have Tommy and Kathy here for that eventful day. Bobby and Tammy are waiting anxiously for their firstborn. Tammy's still talking sometime around the middle of March, so they're not budging very far away from their little love nest until the baby arrives. And we really enjoyed the singing by Brooke on that last tape that you sent us. That was really wonderful. As a matter of fact, we would like to respond in kind by giving you a rendition of one of our favorites. I'll get Ma over here to the microphone. Maybe we can get a duet going here. All right, are you ready, Ma? I give you the signal.
I sure am. Oh, Dunderbeck, oh, Dunderbeck, how could you be so mean to ever have invented the sausage meat machine? Now all the rats and pussycats no longer will be seen. They'll all be chopped and canned sausage meat in Dunderbeck's machine.
That includes them little gray, fuzzy-looking cats.
You know, Dad always enjoys talking, and usually you can't shut him up. But you know, with all his talking, he's only filled up 4 minutes on the tape. So how am I going to fill up tape when I don't really talk much? So maybe I'll talk for a half a minute. But here goes. How are all my little sweethearts in North Hero? I sure do miss seeing you all. Barbara and Brooke and Kim and Jim, you're probably all anxious now for the winter to be over, that you can sort of get out in the garden and take walks and stop shoveling snow. And just think, you won't have to be putting the wood in the fireplace much longer. Well, let's hope the winter will be over for you soon. And then we'll come up to see you, because we miss seeing you. Kim sounded like she's having a lot of fun in school with the basketball. And I think I wrote to her and I said, don't worry too much if you're the champ at basketball, just so long as you enjoy it. And Brooke will be all big by the time we see her. She probably won't even remember who I am. So keep saying to her, I love Nana. Oh, I love Nana so much. Because, oh, I love Brooke so much. And, oh, I love Kim so much. And, oh, I love Barbara so much. And last, but sure not the least, I sure love my Jimmy, my little Jimmy boo. Well, what am I doing with myself? Well, yesterday I went to a luncheon at the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach, trying to raise money for the church. It was a real plush affair, and I enjoyed it. It was a fashion show. The only problem is the fashion show was all fashions for, say, the 20-year-old with a nice thin figure. Whereas all the people at the luncheon were all, I would say, 70 years old with old matronly figures. I was probably one of the youngest ones there. Would you believe I now weigh 124 pounds? Hear that again. 124. Isn't that something? I try not to eat any ice cream, and I try not to eat any sugars or fats or carbohydrates. I cheat a little, naturally, but I've really been doing good. What else do I do? Oh, since I've been down here, I guess I've read 10 books, and I've written about 67 letters now. My only trouble is all the letters are piling up and I can't write them fast enough. But I'll just keep plugging away and writing away. What else is new? What else do I do? Oh yeah, yesterday I vacuumed the rug, something I don't do too often, and I threw my back out. I guess I'm not used to hard work anymore. But I guess it'll clear up soon. I miss Garden City a lot. I guess I just miss my way of life. I get lazy here, and sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. Whereas if I were home, I would be on the phone talking to my friends in New Hyde Park, or going shopping with them, or being with people. I'm with people here, but I still miss my old friends. Oh, yeah, yesterday at the luncheon, my neighbor on the corner had a friend who came down to visit her, and she lives in Essex Junction. So we had a good time yesterday at the luncheon talking about Burlington and Essex Junction. I told her about that restaurant that we went to where you get the great big sandwich, where they play the music, the band with the big brass kazoo or whatever you call it, horn. And she knew that. Habers or something like that, she said. She knows the name. And then she was saying that now in Essex Junction, they've converted a few of the old factories into a great big shopping mall. And now that she mentioned it, I do remember that you had said they were sort of fighting it or didn't really want it. But she said it's nice. And she has a big garden just like you have, Barbara. I was telling her about that 40-pound Tahitian squash that you were going to grow. She grows all sorts of things too, and really must be a hard worker in her garden, just as you are. And what else is new? I can't really think of very much, except the weather has, as Dad said, just been delightful. And oh yes, it was good to see your father, Barbara. I sort of felt sorry for him. He seems sort of lonesome. And he did say he would come down probably in March to see us again. And then he was talking about going up to see you and your sister and his grandchildren. He said he really misses them so much. It must be lonesome for him down here, though. Although he does have all his cronies that he goes to the racetrack with most every day, he said. I think I'd better have Dad turn this off until I think of what else to say.
So far, all this tape proves is that your mother is windier than I am. She's been talking more than I talk. I don't have very much more to add to it, except that my plans at this time that I have to be out in San Diego on April 12th for the mediation board for a week. And we'll probably be up to see you in the latter part of April. At least we'll try to plan on it that way anyhow. And that would appear to be the earliest that we could make it. So for now, I'll say so long, and I'll put your dear mother back on.
Hi again. Just finished my lunch. What did I have? Well, I had creamed cottage cheese, only it was the skinny kind. And then I had canned pineapple with it, the type that doesn't have any sugar. And then I had 2 slices of protein bread with a little margarine on it and a glass of apple juice. How's that for being a healthy person? And Dad, well, he had a big chef salad that I just made for him. What did I make it of? Oh, lettuce and celery. And then I cut up very tiny some cheddar cheese and also some sliced boiled ham. And then over that all, he put that blue cheese dressing. And he had a glass of Gatorade. And that's what's making the 2 of us very healthy. Incidentally, I'd like to sing Dunderbeck all over again, because I didn't like the way it came through the last time. So I'm going to sing it by myself this time and see if I can do just a little bit better. Here goes. Oh, Dunderbeck, how could you be so mean to ever have invented the sausage meat machine? Now all the rats and pussycats no longer will be seen. They'll all be chopped in Dunderbeck's machine. Nope, I goofed it up again. Let me try once more. Oh, Dunderbeck, how could you be so mean to ever have invented the sausage meat machine? Now all the rats and pussycats no longer will be seen. They'll all be chopped in sausage meat in Dunderbeck's machine. Finally, I got it right. Well, now I'm glad I got it right, because it was sort of bothering me, and I'm saying to myself, gee, I just goofed up the second time, so the third time, I was okay. Oh, you know what we did the other night? We went to see On Golden Pond, the movie with Henry Fonda and Katharine Hepburn. Oh, was that good. It was a delightful story about 2 older people, and it was fun to see. We enjoyed that. And then before that, we saw Arthur, and that was a good movie. But I guess that's all we've seen since we've been down here. You must be enjoying all those old movies that you're seeing at University of Vermont. That's fun to watch all those old movies. I sort of forget them all. I would have enjoyed that, seeing all of those too. What else do we do? I guess we shop a lot. I don't buy much, but I like to walk through the stores, and then it gives us a lot of exercise. And Dad bought 3 pair of pants because he's losing weight, and all his old pants are getting baggy. And besides that, last year, I guess, when he was sick all year, he really didn't get out to buy anything. So his wardrobe was pretty bad. So now he's starting to buy a few things. And what else? Oh, I guess I better say so long again until I think of something else to say. Hello again. This is your mother talking. Dad doesn't seem to know what he has to say, so I guess I always love to talk. I thought it was Dad that liked to talk, but I guess it's me that likes to talk. I guess I'm so used to writing letters, and I just ramble on and on, really without saying too much, but at least I keep talking. Okay, what are we going to do? When we come home, all we're going to do is work, work, work. So why do I even think about going home? I should be so happy to stay here. My only problem is I wrenched my back as I was vacuuming, and now I just took a hot bath, sitting in the hot bath for a half hour, and now I'm laying on a heating pad that I borrowed from my next door neighbor, and every time I move I scream in pain. So maybe tomorrow, if it isn't any better, I think I'm going to go to a chiropractor and see what he says. Maybe he'll pull my sacroiliac back to where it was. We'll have to see. But when we get home, we think we're going to paint, and then we're going to paper, and then we're going to clean, and then we're going to vacuum, and then we're going to wash. And oh, there's such a lot of work. And we're washing all those windows. We have to put the storm windows up. And then we have to rake up all the leaves out in the backyard, and then we have to spray for the plants, and oh, I just get tired of thinking of all that work. What else is new? Let's think of something happy. When we come to see you, we'll have fun. Maybe we can go out to eat, or else I'll bring a nice steak, and we'll have something good. And we can always have zucchini, right, Barbara? I think once I saw a couple of recipes for zucchini, and I cut it out. Did I ever send it to you? I meant to. I'm always cutting, when I read the paper, I'm always cutting out clippings for someone, and then I forget who I send them to. Let me see what else is new. Today is Ash Wednesday, and I got ashes on my forehead. And my neighbors and I, we all went, so that was good. And then we sat outside in the sun, and I think I got quite a suntan today. I'm getting a little brown, finally. And then we had an hour, so we played cards. Every hour we have to spare, all we do is play cards. Last night my neighbors came in and we played cards. Then tomorrow a lady comes and she does my hair right in her house, which is nice, because then I don't have to go to the beauty parlor. And then Friday in the afternoon at 12 o'clock up at the clubhouse, they have a card party and a dessert where you get a piece of cake and a cup of coffee, and then you play cards for the rest of the afternoon with all the ladies. That's fun too. And how about you now? What do you folks do? I bet you're out skiing and what do you call it, when you were snowmobiling? Was it very noisy and very exciting? I wondered how fast you go. What do? Go about 50 miles an hour? It must be fun. Were you going to, Kim, or was it just Jim? And what have you been doing, Kim, with yourself? Are you reading any good books now? That's nice that you like to read, because your mom loves to read. I know your mom has read more books than I could ever hope to finish. You know something, though, Kim? When Jim was little, when he was, say, about 12 years old, he used to have a room downstairs, and you know what he'd do? I'd send him to bed, but instead he'd stay up until 12 or 1 o'clock reading when he should have been asleep. Do you remember that, Jim? Or do you forget? All right, here's Dad. He wants to say something to you now.
We finally got Wendy off the tape. I don't know who wound her up. It's now Wednesday night. We had a little difficulty with the recording machine here. It wouldn't rewind, and it's a cantankerous type of thing. This afternoon it decided to work again. So I think for the time being we're just going to sign off and wish you well. And Mara keeps pushing me to talk some more. I don't have anything else to say. There's no use of rattling on if you have nothing to say.
Tell a joke.
I don't have any jokes.
Sure you do.
No. Well, all right, Jim, Barbara, Kim, and Brooke. We say goodbye for now, and we'll wait until we hear from you. Goodbye.